Hey guys, and welcome to this organized Christmas. I figured I would just kind of go over our Christmas 2017 budget and how we plan on, doing it and carrying it out and all that stuff. And then I also am going to give you a plan that if you started right now saving for Christmas, how you can match our budget, because we've been setting aside money for Christmas all year long. However, I'm gonna do exactly like you guys do right now, and maybe we can do this together if you're, tight on funds or you just haven't thought about it yet. And I have a bug bite right there, so excuse that. But yeah, so I figured we could both just kind of do this together. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys our budget. Now, thankfully, we don't have a lot of people to buy for, as we've kind of moved away from most of our friends and family. And I've just, as my kids have gotten older, I've kind of like pared it down a little bit. So we have each week I set aside, each year in January, I look at our budget of what we just spent the previous year. I think about, things that we missed out on, and I'm always writing in my organized Christmas notebook and writing things that I wish that we could have done or whatever. So this year we decided that our budget should be about $2,000 when all is said and done. Now, what does that $2,000 cover? That covers our trip to the apple orchards. That covers our trip to the pumpkin patch. That covers our costumes and Halloween candy and any events that we do for school or just any special events, corn mazes, stuff like that. I kind of wish that we had done a corn maze last year, so I wanted to set aside money for that to do a better corn maze than what we did, because my kids just fell in love with that. And then it covers Thanksgiving. Oh, and it also covers like any new decorations or anything like that that we buy for Halloween. We're pretty good on it now. This past year we had to buy a lot of stuff because we got rid of a lot of stuff in our move. But I think that, each year now we'll maybe buy a handful of things and that's it. Then for Thanksgiving, it covers our Thanksgiving meal. It covers like gas and parking if we have to go pick up friends and family from the airport and traveling to the airport, and just anything that we may need for Thanksgiving. If we want, each year I try to get like a new serving piece or a new, platter or something like that that I need. So that's what that covers. It covers our Christmas shopping for all of our friends and family. It covers our Christmas dinner. It covers candy making. It covers buying a tree. We buy a real tree every single year. And then of course any decorations or anything like that. Tips for, people that we give tips to. Our Christmas cards, postage, address labels, all that stuff also goes to that. So we really want to make sure that we have all of, everything covered. We don't host a big party, so we don't have to worry about that. We don't like dress up our house or do anything like that before. So there's not really, a huge budget, but $2,000 is about what we're planning for. So what we do is we take $2,000 and we divide it by 52. And each week that is how much money we need to be setting aside for, the holidays and everything like that. So what I did is I prioritize. So first and foremost, so I should say too, I am not going to include our Thanksgiving and Halloween money and stuff like that in this budget. This is going to strictly be for really Christmas, so that you can, figure out what you think your Christmas budget should be, and maybe if you can follow this plan along with me. So first and foremost, the number one thing that I prioritized is this past year, we took all of our kids, we've always done this, but we've typically just taken one kid, like we've drawn names and had each kid pick a name, and that was their person that they bought for, and they had a budget of about 15 bucks. Maybe even 10 bucks. But so this year we decided that each kid was going to go shopping for each sibling. That way, if they have the one that they're a little bit closer to, they get to get them a present as well as the one that they don't like that much, you know what I mean? And really teach them about giving and all that stuff. So the budget for that is each person gets $45. They have $15 a person, and typically if they are over budget because of tax, we cover tax. It really is $15 per present. We try to take them shopping when the sales are good, when there's good promos out and stuff like that. And typically we go 1 week before we take everyone shopping, and everyone's pointing out things that they like, everyone's getting ideas, seeing what prices are and just trying to think of what they want to get for that sibling. So that was a huge priority of mine. I love that. I love teaching them the, fun of buying a gift for someone and giving it to someone, and just that feeling. And they all loved giving their gifts to one another last year. They really spent a lot of time and really picked out some good presents that were really specific towards that child. And this also helps us kind of save the stupid things that we don't necessarily want to buy, like the junk toys or the thing that we're not sure that they're gonna love. That's what these gifts are for, because now they have $3, $15 just toys, you know, fun toys, whatever. And normally if you shop the right sales, you can get them like for, you know, you can get a $25, $30 toy for $15. So that is our first thing. And so the total of that is $180. So what we did is we prioritized this. So we have this first set that I'm going to tell you, and that's all going to come out of our $20 a week. We will set aside $20 a week. So I have by August 11th, we would have enough for all 4 kids to do this $45 thing. Next up is friends and family. So we have, and this is kind of people that like we have to mail stuff to. So I want to get this done sooner than later so that I can make sure that I ship it out in time. I'm not paying crazy shipping fees and all that stuff. So I have my best friend and her husband, and we have a budget of $50 for them. I have my cousin's son, who's the only child left in the family besides mine, and I have a budget of $25 for him. And then my dad, I have a budget of $25 as well, because my dad's just not big on Christmas, and I normally just get him something really nice, you know, decent quality, good item, and he normally loves it. And he, you know, he doesn't complain. And even if he did like it, he wouldn't tell me. He's just that type of person. So their budget is $100, which I want to have by September 15th. And if I follow that $20 a week plan, literally going to the bank, taking a $20 bill, putting it in this envelope, I'll be all set. And then finally, I have my mom, which I have a budget of $150, and I have my brother, which I have a budget of $100. So my mom should be all set by November 17th, and my brother will be all set by November 22nd. So I have all these people that I want to be basically all set by Black Friday. So $20 a week, it's going to get pulled out, put it in an envelope, we don't touch it, and it's just set aside. And that way we have the money all set for what we need. If we had, excuse me, I'm spitting. If we had to buy teacher gifts, that money would go in here too. Thankfully, I've thought ahead. I've bought ahead, and I have something to give all of the teachers this year, and I'm just giving them an ornament, a Scentsy ornament that smells good. That's what I'm giving them. I am not killing myself over it. I'm not spending a ton of money on it. I love my kids' teachers, and I love what they do for my kids, but the fact of the matter is I don't have that type of budget where I can go and give them all a $20 item. This past year, I gave all of Trevor's teachers one. I give typically all of the special teachers ones, and I do need to get them that, but that'll just kind of be thrown in my grocery budget. Each week I'll buy a candy cane, and that's what we normally give the special teachers. Thankfully, Aubrey and Casey are in the same school. Ellie won't have specials because she's going to be in preschool, and Trevor will most likely be home with me homeschooled. So that's that budget. So then what I said is all my money. So my money from selling things, my money from Scentsy, my money from YouTube. I needed to have a like extremely low ball amount that I had to make each month that was attainable. Even if I didn't make any money on one of them, that I could do it on 2 of them. So I said, okay, I need to make at least $150 a month in sales, Scentsy, YouTube, whatever it may be. And that should be a very attainable goal. However, if it's a slow month or whatever, you will still be okay. And in doing that, I have enough to set aside for $200 for Trevor, Aubrey, Casey, Ellie, and my husband. My husband always takes his own money and buys my Christmas gifts, so thankfully I don't have to worry about that. So that's what I have for everyone, is a budget of $200 each. Some kids will get more than that, some kids will get less than that. I can say that I typically end up spending, like I end up getting about $350 to $400 worth of items for about that $200 price mark. Last year was a very expensive year. Last year my son got an Xbox One, he got a new phone. The phone was actually free for us. My daughter got a laptop. Like there were some expensive items, but we had a ton of credit card rewards. We don't use credit cards typically, but we use credit cards in our move to get our truck, all of our moving stuff, set up like a bunch of our utilities. We did all that stuff with a credit card, and we had a ton of points. And so we ended up just using those last year for those big items. And I do that as well. I save gift cards, I do swag bucks, I do anything that I can to get some extra money and set it aside for the gift cards for, you know, Christmas. So As of now, that's my lowball number. So I have to set aside $20 a week for everyone else, and I have to set aside $150 a month for my kids and my husband. And I still have a little bit money over budget, so that little bit of extra money goes for the tree, postage, cards, decor, candy making, all that stuff. Typically the candy making and the like food for all the holidays and all that stuff, I can normally kind of like skimp on our grocery budget here and there, or have like a no spend week, or have an eat out of the pantry week, and I can typically set aside enough of our grocery budget that I never have to even touch this fund for our meals, but I have the money there. Typically when we are at the grocery store or shopping for our household items or whatever, I can typically manage to add in a few extra items of either decor or, you know, stuff like that to that budget as well, or my fun money or whatever, to take it out of there. But I do have a little bit of money set aside. I would say on average I probably spend about $25 to $50 a year on extra fall Halloween items, like decor items. And then for Christmas, it depends on the year. Sometimes it's nothing, sometimes it's a lot. Like last year, again, it was a big year because we got rid of so much stuff in our move. But this year we have so much stuff that we shouldn't need that much, so it'll probably be like $75 to $100 on new home decor. I shop at Target, I shop at Marshall's, I shop at all those places where it's not expensive at all. Same thing with food, you know, typically Target and all those places do awesome deals around the holidays that my groceries are normally cheaper, and then I can add in, you know, each week I may grab a thing of sugar or a thing of potatoes or a thing of this or a thing of that, and I end up saving so much money that way. I just end up not having to even touch this Christmas budget, and every year I end up buying my kids more and more and more stuff, but we're always under budget. So that is essentially my plan for 2017 Christmas, is set aside $20 a week now from now until then to cover all of our extras, and then to set aside $150 a month, so like, you know, 30 something dollars a week for my kids. Totally attainable, $50 a week. And I have a big family, so if you have 1 or 2 kids, then obviously your budget has been cut in half than this, so you don't need as much money, but it's doable. $50 is doable. You can stop going to Dunkin' Donuts. You can stop driving around as much. You know, maybe do 1 day of errands and you save so much gas that way. You can make your kids ride the bus. You can pack your kids lunch a few days a week if they go to school. Maybe not get them as much, you know, clothes for back to school, and know that you're gonna get a bunch of clothes for Christmas because the deals are so good. So that's how I think about it. I think you can totally make an awesome and amazing Christmas if you choose to. Now look, I know some people like to just spend like 50 bucks, buy 1 toy and a stocking, and that's it, they're done. And more power to you, that's your thing, just like I like to do it my way. So this is how I afford to give my kids an amazing Christmas. Now keep in mind, I have $200 in cash. I'm also using tons of coupons and sales and all that stuff. And I have gift cards for when we've, you know, earned them on stuff. Like anytime I go to Target and there's a you buy 2 items and you get a $5 gift card, I save those gift cards. I set them aside, and typically that's how I pay for Black Friday shopping. Typically I spend about $100 to $150 in Black Friday shopping, and typically most of it's covered by that and swag bucks. Anytime I can, I buy what I need online, and I use swag bucks, the shop thing, and get gift cards that way. I always try to, if you buy a $25 gift card, you typically get it discounted 1 time a month. So I also try to do that because I'm able to get my gift card for like a few points less, you know, not a ton or whatever. So that's always an amazing way to save money too. And I will just, you know, do site to store pickup or something like that. Or if it's free shipping, obviously do that. So that is my budget and how I do things. I may have to take Christmas cards out of our fund bank. This year we have a ton of stamps, so I don't think I'll need stamps, but I will need cards this year. I always wait until Shutterfly offers free cards, and then just every time they offer a code, I'll buy 10 more cards and just slowly get enough cards for what we need. We really pared down our list of who we send Christmas cards to. It's truly just people that we talk to on a regular basis and that are in our lives. You know, I don't send them out to every person I know. And that's a huge way to save money. I'm just looking here. Another thing I mentioned is, you know, we really want to think about giving our kids a fun pass this year. And I was looking all around. So in Atlanta, at least the city pass is $386, and that'll give us like 5 attractions, I believe. But some of them are, one is the aquarium, one is the zoo. And then there's a few other ones that my kids are like, about. There is the Georgia Aquarium, which is $401. There's Six Flags, which is $400. And that's now, but around Black Friday, these places actually do discounts on passes too. So that's definitely something to think of. You know, maybe set aside money for a pass. It's going to be the gift that keeps on giving throughout the year. People have asked if I'm going to do the what they want need. I can't stick to that. I just can't. I want to get my kids each, you know, an outfit or two, whatever they may need. If they need some hoodies, if they want some new sneakers, you know, something like that. You know, my older kids are getting older where they do want a lot more clothes. So maybe those name brand things that I don't necessarily always buy, but I want to get them each some clothes. You know, I try to get them each like a book. I really like doing that this year, or a series or something like that. So the want need thing, I definitely want to get them a few wants. Typically we can't think of anything that they need. I do want to get them all a gift card to like the movies or Chuck E. Cheese or a museum or something like that, and just really a gift card for like either my husband and I and a child, or just one of us and a child. But definitely do something like that. Some clothes or shoes or something like that. You know, I really want to try to get them maybe a board game or a craft or something like that. A book is always good, but just not like bombard them with toys or bombard them with clothes or whatever. Just try to mix it up and get a few things from each category that I see fit. I was really happy with how I did Christmas this year, with getting them a few items from each category and really thinking of the things, and they're all things that they're still playing with besides Ellie. I think when you get a kid a bunch of toys, they just get kind of lost in translation, and then they don't end up playing with them as much, or they get thrown in the bottom of the toy bin or whatever. So that's definitely something on my mind. And then obviously if you are going through your kids' closets, or you're going through your kids' playroom or toys or whatever, anything you sell, take that money, and I take our clothing money and I put it back in our clothing budget, but I take our toy money and I put it back in our Christmas budget, and that's how we're able to buy them new toys or whatever. And you know, sometimes maybe I'm thinking, okay, this kid only has like 30 bucks back in their budget for Christmas, but they want this $50 toy. Well, you know what, I did sell some of their toys, so I'm going to take some of that money and put it towards this toy. And it's just a way to save a little bit more money and spread your Christmas budget a little bit further. So those are my thoughts on Christmas this year. That's our plan. We definitely want to, we're not going to cut down a tree this year. We did not like the trees that they have here, and we'd have to drive to like North Carolina to get the type of tree that we want. So we will go to some sort of tree farm. Heck, even the one that we went to last year, and just, they had some of those cut. So we'll just, you know, pick one of the ones that they have cut already, but because we like the fir trees, not the ones that we had. And the one that we had stunk. It did not smell good at all. But we're definitely gonna go get our tree again and decorate our tree as a family. We really enjoyed making cookies this year. We did not do a gingerbread house last year, so we may like do a gingerbread house this year. We'll see. We did not make candy this year because we had no one to make candy for, so we will definitely be making candy because my mom and my brother are coming for Christmas, so we want to give them to the teachers and all that as well. This year my mom will be here for the kids' parties at school, so we'll be able to attend those together. We would like to go to the Atlanta Botanical Gardens and see their like Christmas display. I've heard Stone Mountain is nice too at Christmas, but not sure my mom's gonna want to do like something like that. I think she'd be more wanting to do like the Botanical Gardens. Just drive around some more in Atlanta and around here and just see all the cool houses. Like people like decorate their houses so nice here, and we found a few houses. Like we like grabbing hot chocolate and driving around. I mean, this year we grabbed chocolate milk because it was like 70 something degrees on Christmas, and Christmas Eve we were driving around looking at lights with the AC on. So we'll definitely do that again. We really enjoyed that, but just really, you know, enjoy the season. I get a lot of time with my kids. I get a few days before Christmas and a lot of time after Christmas, and we don't have like a Disney trip or anything that we're looking forward to, you know, after Christmas. So just really embracing the season, embracing the time off I have with them, and really just thinking their presents through and enjoying shopping. You know, this year all my kids will be in school full time during the day, so I'll be able to go shopping and go by myself and really think about things and really, you know, shop smart and do what I need to do. I do plan on taking advantage of a layaway or two at either Walmart or Toys R Us because they're free, and basically you're getting to store your presents somewhere else and you're getting to make interest-free payments, which is always nice too. So yeah, that's how I do things. If you have any tips or tricks that you would like to share, by all means share them. As for stocking stuffers, if you're thinking of stocking stuffers, now is definitely the time too. At the end of summer, they're gonna have all those jump ropes and chalk and all that type of stuff is gonna be on sale, and those are awesome stocking stuffers to throw into someone's stocking. Around Black Friday, you can always get like winter hats and gloves and snow stuff for super, super cheap. Always a great thing to grab. And you know what, in all honesty, if your kids like the blind bags and all that stuff, just each time you go to Target or something like that, take a little bit of money out of your grocery budget or out of your fun budget or whatever, and just take like $3 and just go buy one more silly little thing to be a stocking stuffer. That way you don't feel it in your budget as much, and you're able to slowly pick up the items that you need. And then that way you can also rotate too and know, okay, it's fair, I don't have too much for this one and not enough for this one. But definitely check the after school clearance when that happens, the after summer clearance when that happens, even Halloween. Sometimes they'll have some stuff that doesn't look Halloween at all, and you're able to set it aside for stocking stuffers. So, and then the Target clearance event will be happening in July or August sometime soon. I already saw a bunch of clearance stickers there the other day when we were there, so that's definitely going to be happening soon, and that's definitely a time to pick up Christmas presents, pick up stocking stuffers, to just definitely look. And you don't have to wait until 70% off. If you see something that you think your kid would want and it's 50% off, you still save 50% off. Pat yourself on the back, grab it, know that you're not going to have to deal with the crazies on that day that it goes 70%. So that's it for this organized Christmas. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.